going to start this video off in a very bizarre and unorthodox fashion, something that's very contrary to the usual. I'm going to be starting this video off with a rhetorical question. What is this that I currently have in my hand right now? There are multiple different correct answers to this question. It's a Blu-ray. Correct. It's a copy of Jurassic Park 3. Very underrated sequel. Correct. But those are not the answers that I'm looking for. The answer that I'm looking for is that this is something that belongs to me. This is something that I purchased, and it belongs to me. It's my property. I possess ownership over this. I possess ownership of the box, of the cover art, of the disc inside of the box, of the content that comes on the disc that is listed on the back of the box, which would be lots of bonus features. Now, I have another rhetorical question. These streaming services, do they provide any additional content when you rent a movie or purchase a movie or stream a movie online? Is there ever really any bonus content provided? No. No, there's not. Do you possess ownership over that movie that you're streaming? No. Can it be taken from you? Yes, it can by whatever streaming service, whether you use Netflix or Peacock or fucking Paramount Plus or Disney Plus. All that stuff can be yanked at any minute. But when you buy something physically, it's yours. Whether it be movies, whether it be video games, whether it be records, whether it be fucking books. Yeah, and I got this by Ronnie YaBlank. I met him at that HorrorCon festival not festival. We also met Tyler Main and got this freaking picture signed by him. That was a very fun day. But anyway, yes, you don't that when you subscribe to a subscription service, a movie subscription service like Netflix or what have you, those films that you enjoy watching can be pulled off of Netflix at any given moment. But when you own it physically, it's yours. Meaning that this cannot be taken from you. This, as well as those other movies behind me, cannot be taken from me unless somebody robs my house, which I'm just going to go ahead and put a disclaimer out there. It's going to if you choose to go down that path, it will end worse for you than it will for me. Now that that's out there, nobody can take this from me. I purchased it. I'm entitled to all of the fucking content on this disc. And many of the other discs, all of the other discs, I am entitled to the content on. As well as, in my personal opinion, I always found with physical media, movies, Blu-rays, 4Ks, since I've got back into this hobby, since I've returned to this hobby after having a hiatus from it for years, is that the picture and sound quality is better than what is provided on a streaming service. I'm nearing the end of this dry cough. But yeah. And I'm all the more thankful and grateful that I decided to return to this hobby. And I would also like to go ahead and get into my method of collecting, as well as how I am disciplined to collect. What are my standards for when I buy a Blu-ray or a 4K? Well, my standards are not ridiculously high, because if my standards were ridiculously high, I'd just be a spitting image of all my ex-girlfriends at that point. But I am picky when it comes to if the cover art is damaged. If it's got a lot of wrinkles in it, if it is just straight up ripped, I won't purchase a Blu-ray at that point. I kind of value the artwork. That's kind of part of the fun of having Blu-rays, DVDs, 4Ks, VHSs, even fucking Laserdiscs, is you have something to show for your purchase. Whereas, streaming services, you don't. Um, that's kind of, that's neither here nor there. I just, I take pride in the artwork. So if it's damaged or has water damage, I'll skip it. I'll skip it if I'm out and about and I see it somewhere. Another thing that I will rarely, once in a blue moon, will I ever do when I'm on a hunt for physical media, when I'm on this big adventurous hunt for physical media, I will, once in a blue moon, do this. And that's blind buy. There is a condition. However, there is a condition. When I blind buy, it's got to be in a 50 cent to a dollar, $2 bin. I'm not going to go spend 15, 20 bucks on something that I'm not sure if I'm going to like. Something that I've never seen. It's not worth the risk. I've done it before in the past, and it is almost never worth the risk. However, when it's in a dollar bin, for example, the movie Officer Down, I bought that because, well, I saw that Sean Crahan from Slipknot directed it, and I took it home, watched it. I met it with an online friend at this big ginormous fucking mega store, and we were hunting some Blu-rays, and he recommended that to me and told me he already owned it, and I was like, alright, you know what, I'll check it out. And it took me a minute, it sat on my shelf, and then I was like, alright, you know what, I'm going to check this out, and I liked it. I thought it was fun. Sean Crahan from Slipknot directed it, like I said, and that's kind of what got me interested. And I enjoyed it. I thought it was fun, it was wild, it was very, very violent, but it was fun. That was a case of blind buying that went well. It's pretty much gone south every other time I've ever blind bought something. And as long as I stick to my discipline, stick to my conditions on blind buying, which I rarely ever do, but those conditions have to be, or those conditions are, they have to be from 50 cents to $3 in a $3 bin. A 50 cent, $1, $2, $3 bin. That's about the only time I can ever justify blind buying. I'm not going to go spend 15, 20 bucks on something that I've never seen that I'm either going to like or not like. I'll rent it and check it out. That's what I like to do a lot of the times now. I'll rent a movie, I'll check it out. I'll usually rent it from like Redbox or something, and then if I like it, I'll buy it. Another thing that I choose not to do at all is anymore. Okay, anymore. We'll get into that. I don't want to buy movies I don't like, just to have them. That is something that I used to do when I first started this channel. I used to just buy movies just because I would watch these YouTubers. And bear in mind, I was very impressionable back then, so you can't really blame me for that. But yeah, that's part of why I don't like my old videos. I have to at some point do a reaction to my old videos. Oh my god, I'll cringe. I don't like my old videos for a lot because of this reason. I used to just blind buy shit. And because I'd sit and watch these YouTubers, these bigger YouTubers, and those of you that know me know the ones that I'm referring to, these ones that film themselves going to fucking Walmart to go buy the newest Blu-ray, or they go film themselves going to Best Buy, or whatever, and then they got the cute thumbnail with them going. Yeah, that's just not me. That's what I tried to be when I first started YouTube, as I tried to be that, and then I just, quickly realized that that's not me. I don't have room on this shelf for things that I don't like. But, the thing that I struggle with is that I'm a completionist. So, for example, okay, I really, 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 really enjoyed the first Iron Man movie, and not on the same level as the first one, but I enjoyed Iron Man 3. I did not enjoy Iron Man 2. So, I don't own any of them on Blu-ray, and I've tried to refrain from that. It's weird because if I buy the first one, then I'm going to want to buy the third one. I'm like, well, then it's not going to look right if I have 1 and 3 and I don't have 2. Like I said, I love Iron Man 1. I like Iron Man 3. I don't like Iron Man 2. Would I justify buying Iron Man 2 just to fill that hole? If I ever wanted to purchase those three Iron Man movies. For a reasonable price, yes, because I don't hate Iron Man 2. It's definitely a movie I can watch, but it's one that I don't get into like I do the first one or the third one. Um, so that's kind of a weird example. It would be some another example. Okay, Jurassic Park. I love the first Jurassic Park. I enjoyed the second one, and I really like the third Jurassic Park. I don't like any of the Jurassic World movies. I don't like the first Jurassic World. I don't like Fallen Kingdom, and I don't like Dominion. I'm just not going to buy them. I don't care if they're for free. I'm not going to take them and put them on my shelf because I'm never going to watch them. Okay? Um, it's things like that. I'm never going to purchase the Jurassic World movies because those are movies I don't like. I'm never going to purchase the I have in the past and I got rid of them. The Star Wars sequels, the Disney Star Wars sequels. They have no business on my shelf. I like the original trilogy and I love the original trilogy and I love the prequels. Hate the sequels. So, Phantom Menace all the way to Return of the Jedi, that to me is Star Wars, and that can stay on my shelf. You see where I'm getting with this? I just don't feel the need to have movies I don't like, but it's I struggle as a completionist. Like I have the first two Jeepers Creepers. I like the second one more than I like the first one. I have a double pack. I'm never gonna buy the third one or the fourth one. But it would be like weird if to me it would be weird. Say I don't know. I'm not a fan of like Disney Pixar movies and whatnot. But say somebody had like Toy Story. Okay, I enjoyed the first one when I was a kid. I never really liked Toy Story 2, and then as a kid I liked 3, and I never even saw 4. Um, it would be weird if I had 1 and 3 but didn't have 2, even though I didn't like Toy Story 2 when I was a kid. You know, I used to watch those kind of movies when I was a kid. It would just be weird. But I don't. It's just one of those things I struggle with. But if I like it'd be like Child's Play. Love Child's Play 1 through 3. Don't care for any of them except the remake from 2019. I thought it was actually it was pretty decent. So if I were to buy the Child's Play movies, it would be 1, 2, 3. I would skip Bride and Seed and Cult and Curse of Chucky because I don't like those movies. But I did like the remake. It would be weird, but it would be weird if somebody bought the Dark Knight trilogy where they like the Dark Knight and the Dark Knight Rises, but they didn't like Batman Begins. I know people that are like that. They love the Dark Knight, they love the Dark Knight Rises, they didn't like Batman Begins. And it's just weird looking at their shelves because these are people that I know. They have the Dark Knight Rises, they're missing Batman Begins. I'm like, you're missing Batman Begins. Oh, I know, I don't like Batman Begins. I couldn't bring myself to do that. Um, I like the Dark Knight trilogy anyway. But it's just one of those weird things that I struggle with. That's why I've not bought the Iron Man movies, because like I said, I love the first one, I liked the third one, I don't like the second one. So that's kind of why I've refrained from buying that. But if it's at a point where if I like a first movie, I don't like a second, and then I like a third, if you can give me a good deal on the one my least favorite, then I will add it to my shelf because, like I said, Iron Man 2 is not a movie that I hate. It's a movie I can sit through and watch, but it's not a movie I particularly like either. But that's just kind of my method of collecting. I can be very picky with how I am, and I will stay away from buying franchise movies because then I'll get tempted to buy all of the ones, even the ones I don't like. Like Lake Placid, I'd buy the first Lake Placid, and then I like the second Lake Placid as a cheesy, shitty movie, but then I'd end up trying to buy the third, and I'd get that idea would cross my mind. I'm like, no, don't fucking do that. I don't like those movies. So it's just one of those things that I have to. I'm still working on disciplining myself when it comes to that area of collecting. It's one of those things I just have to work on for myself. Um, but I mean, you know, these people. I know people that go out and they just buy everything, even if it's something they don't like. They'll just buy it. Yeah, okay. I don't like Schindler's List, but you know what? I like Schindler's List, but I'm just speaking hypothetically here. I don't like Schindler's List, but I was told I have to have it in my collection, so I have it. I don't really see the point in that. What's a popular movie I don't really like? A popular movie that I don't like would be. Uh, I am not a big fan. There's a few popular ones out there. I'm not the biggest fan. I like The Shining, but I'm not a fan of Doctor Sleep. I won't buy Doctor Sleep. I don't even have The Shining, which I need to rectify that. But I'm not a fan of Doctor Sleep. That's a popular movie. I'm not gonna buy it. I'm not gonna put it on my shelf because I don't like it. I don't see the point in having something on my shelf that I'm never going to watch. You know. I'm not a fan of any of the Mission Impossible movies, so why would I go buy a box set or something that has all the Mission Impossible movies? I'm not a fan of Mission Impossible. I never have been. I saw the first one, I saw the second one, didn't like it, didn't watch any of them after the second one. So I understand that there's people that want to have these big, like, mega collections, and I see a lot of YouTubers, they're all the time showing off Blu-rays and whatnot, and they're like, they'll pull up, so Jurassic Park 3, I've not seen it, but I'll have to watch it. And then they'll pull up fucking Sam Raimi's Spider-Man. I've not seen it, but I'll have to get around to watching it. I don't see a point in that. I only really want things on my shelf that I just fuck that up completely. I like. It's just it's simple. It's simple. I just don't see the point in having something on my shelf that I'm not going to like. Unless it's to complete a series. Okay, like, I like most of the Halloween movies, so I just buy all the Halloween movies at that point. I mean, I have all the good ones. I don't have the 2018 Kills Ends trilogy because that never happened in my eyes. Halloween 1 to Halloween 2 to 4 to 5 to 6, or H2O Resurrection. I'd take the Rob Zombie ones over the new ones. Or all the Friday the 13th movies. I mostly enjoy all the Friday the 13th movies, and I would buy a box set that had all the Friday the 13th. But I wouldn't go out and buy a movie, brand new. Okay, Barbie. I didn't enjoy Barbie. I'm not going to go out and buy Barbie. Why would I go out and buy Barbie? Why would I go out and buy Oppenheimer? I didn't care for Oppenheimer. It's just things like that. But I understand there's people out there, they want to just have every movie that comes out, and they want to go out there and have it in its highest quality, have it in a 4K steelbook, and spend $35, $40 on that. And I just don't have the time for that, and I don't have the money to go drop on movies that I know I'm not going to like, or movies that I know I don't like. There's not a single movie on my shelf, and I know my collection's kind of small, but there's not a movie on my shelf that I don't like. Aside, okay, let me rephrase that. There's not a movie on my shelf that I can't sit through. Okay, and that just comes at the expense of collecting franchise movies, like Halloween or like Star Wars or whatever. I only have the first Texas Chainsaw. Well, no, I have the remake and the prequel, and I mainly bought that double pack for the prequel. I'm not that big a fan of the remake, but I do like it more than I used to. But I just don't have the time or the money to go to Walmart and go buy a movie that I know that I'm not going to like. I know that I don't like. I saw Barbie. I don't like Barbie. I don't like Oppenheimer. So why would I go out and buy them? I liked The Equalizer 3, and I can't find it anywhere to save my life. I'm meaning to add that. Well, I'm not going to go buy movies I don't like. I don't understand why people do that. Unless it's a franchise film and they want to have all the movies, that's one thing. But if they go out and just buy a movie, I don't like this movie, but I bought it at Walmart. I see it all the fucking time. I'm like, why? Like, what's the reasoning for it? I just don't understand why people buy things they don't like. If it's just the thrill of collecting, then okay. But I want to watch the movies that I buy. I don't want to go buy a box set of the Resident Evil movies, and I don't even like any of the Resident Evil movies. I just don't get why people do that. If that's your thing, I'm not dissing anybody, okay? I'm not dissing anybody. Do what you want to do. It's your money. Go spend it on fucking movies you don't like. Go spend it on coke and hookers. Go spend it on what the fuck ever. It's your money, and I'm not going to diss you. I'm just saying I personally don't understand the mindset of it. I don't understand this compulsive urge to, well, every time a movie drops on Blu-ray or 4K, I gotta go buy it and take a video of me walking into Walmart or walking into Best Buy. Even though I think Best Buy is getting rid of their physical media, but walking into Target or walking into wherever, and on the shelf there it is, the 4K Steelbook. Let me get a thumbnail. I don't get it. If you like the movie, that's cool, but I've seen people go do that for movies. Excuse me. Do that for movies they don't like. I saw one when It Chapter 2 came out. I can't remember who it was. It's been years now. Um, he was in the car driving. I'm on my way to Best Buy to buy the Steelbook, the 4K Steelbook for It Chapter 2, and I didn't like it. I almost walked out of the theater as he's on his way to Best Buy to go drop fucking $35 on it. Does that make any sense? That makes no sense to me. Why would you spend $35? Film a video of you. I'm on my way to Best Buy. I can't remember who it was. I'm on my way to Best Buy. I'm gonna go get the 4K Steelbook for It Chapter 2. I didn't like the movie. I thought it was too long, and it didn't make sense. But I'm gonna go drop $35 on the 4K Steelbook, and I'm gonna go take a cute picture for a thumbnail. Like, I don't get it. It kind of turned into a rant. I just don't get it. But yeah, that's all I have for you guys today. So if you like the video, hit that like and subscribe button. Thank you guys for watching, and I'm out. Peace.